Hey guys, today we will learn how to submit post request with JSON body. We will be automating create booking request. And as you see here, we have JSON example that we need to submit to this endpoint. In the response here, we should get the number of newly created booking ID and the actual booking with the information we just submitted. Let's create new test class and new test method here under RESTful Booker package. New class, and let's call it create booking tests. And here a new test method. And let's call it create booking test. Don't forget to import test from test.ng annotations. And let's save it. Let's add test steps. So because in this request we have to submit JSON body, then before getting request we need to create JSON body. So first step will be create JSON body. Second step, get response. And then verifications. Let's start with creating JSON body. Let's switch to the documentation page and copy an example. So scroll up. Let's copy this example. What should we have in our JSON body? And let's paste it here as a comment. The easiest way would be just create a string object and use it as a body. But it's not the best way. Instead of creating huge string, let's use JSON object class from JSON library for Java. Let's add JSON dependency to the POM.xml file. Let's open this page and copy latest version from here. Link to this page is in the lecture resources. So let's open. I will open latest version, which is from almost a year ago, July 2019. So let's copy. And let's go to our POM.xml file, scroll down, and under our rest assured dependency, let's paste new dependency. Ctrl-Shift-F to format our code, save, and make sure we update our Maven project. So right click, Maven, update project. And now we can create JSON object here. So JSON object, let's call it body. Let's import JSON object from org.json equals new JSON object. And now let's add all the variables to our body piece by piece. So body dot put and key and value. So first name is a key, and then value I'll just add myself, so Dmitry. And let's continue. Body put last name. I'll put my last name. Body put total price. So what would I pay for nice hotel room? Let's say $150. And 150 is an integer, so we do not need to wrap it around in the double quotes. Now deposit paid, body put key deposit paid, value false. It's a reservation without the deposit, so I did not pay the deposit. Now, booking date is not a simple string or integer or boolean. Booking date is basically another JSON that contains two strings. So let's create new JSON object and let's call it booking dates equals new JSON object. And now booking dates dot put. So when do I go on vacation? So 2020 March, and let's say March 25th. I want to go on vacation. Oh, this is actually the value. And check-in is our key. And booking dates dot put checkout. And let's say I want to stay for 2 days. So 27th is my checkout time. And now we need to put booking dates into the body. So body dot put key gonna be booking dates, and the value gonna be our JSON object booking dates, just like this. So we created booking dates JSON object, and then we put this booking dates JSON object inside of the body. And the last additional needs. So body dot put additional needs. So I am traveling with my family, so I want a baby crib in my room. So that's it. Now we created JSON body. So now we are ready to get response. So let's start the same way as before. A response, let's call it response equals rest assured dot. For the get request, we just used get method, but for the post, we need to submit body and let rest assured know that this body is JSON. So here, how we do that? Here we select given method, and then dot, we need to set content type. So content type dot JSON, and after content type body, and then object, let's select body. And the last step is post. It's no longer get method, it's a post method. So now let's go to our documentation page and get our request URL here, booking. So post to this URL, semicolon at the end, Ctrl+Shift+F to format the code, and don't forget to import the response from rest assured. Okay, and one more time, Ctrl+Shift+F. Now it doesn't want to. Okay, let me do it then myself, like this, so we can read everything. So rest assured dot given content type and body, and then execute post method to this URL, to this endpoint. let's print this response. So response dot print, so we can see it. Now let's run this method without any verifications, just to make sure it's working. So save, and let's run create booking test. So run as, and let's see, something doesn't work, test failed. And here's why test failed. So in the body we submitted JSON object, but it's actually we need to convert it to string. So here inside of the body method, when we submit our body, we need to put next dot to string. So inside of the body method we do body dot to string. So now let's save and let's run our test one more time. Now test passed, and if we switch to console, we can see that booking ID number 11 was created, and here's the actual booking with all the information we submitted. So now we can add verifications, and we can actually go to get booking test, and we can actually copy all verifications from here, because we're basically gonna be verifying all the same fields. Also response, except the values gonna be different. So let's copy all this part from here, go here and paste it under verifications. Ctrl Shift F to format. So first verification, we don't need to change it, it's gonna be status code 200, and then we will need to verify first name, last name, and so on. But we have booking ID, which is integer, and then another JSON object, booking, which contains first name, last name, and so on. So here, every time we use JSON path in front of first name, last name, total price, and so on, we need to add booking, because we need to look for booking first and then for first name. So booking dot first name, booking dot last name, and same for all other fields. Here booking dot booking dates dot check-in, booking dot booking dates dot checkout, and the last one. And now let's change the values. So first name should be Dmitry in my case, and whatever you put it in your case. Last name, price, deposit paid. So here we use assert true, because in this case deposit was supposed to be true, but I selected false. I did not pay deposit, so we need to assert false here, and deposit paid should be false in my case. And then booking dates, so March 25th and March 27th. And just in case, I will not change additional needs for now. I will leave it as a breakfast, because as I said before, as I like to always say, never trust the test that never failed. So if I run this test right now, there should be one failed assertion. Instead of expected breakfast, we will get actual baby crib. So let's run create booking and see if test fails. Test failed, and assertion error, the following asserts failed. Additional needs in response is not expected. So we expected this test to fail. So now let's fix this test. So additional needs baby crib. Let's put baby crib. And now let's run this test. Test should work. And by the way, This time, as you see, booking was created, booking ID 24. If we run one more time, it will create another booking. Same information, but the ID gonna be different. Now test passed. And now booking ID is 25. So someone just created 14 bookings before this. Well, we created 2 of them, but someone created 13 more. So this is how you do post request in REST Assured. Before we finish this lecture, here's what I want to do. So we will do many more requests, and as you see in one of the previous lecture, we created this get booking test, and we used the default booking number 5, and test failed because someone else was changing the values inside of this booking. So we were dependent on booking ID that someone else was using, and our test was failing. So in our create booking test, let's extract this method. So let's just select all this, right click, refactor, and select extract method. And let's call it create booking. So create booking will create booking, then we do all the verifications. But we will be able to use this create booking method in future. So if we want to update or delete or just get booking, we can first create our own booking that we will know no one else will be using. So we run we have less chances that someone else will mess up our test. So let's actually, under source main Java, create new Java class and call it base test. Finish. Let's also create package. So new package, let's call it com.heroku.restful.booker, and let's right click on our base test, select move, refactor move, and move it inside of RESTful Booker package. Let's get back to create booking. Let's cut this method from here. Let's paste this method here. Now, if we save, our imports do not work, because if we go to pom.xml file, remember when we added testng dependency, I said to remove scope test. And as you see, we still have scope test for REST assured dependency. So it basically limits REST assured dependency to test packages only. So it will not work in main package. So all we have to do is just remove this scope test from here, save. And if error did not disappear, you can right click on your project, select Maven, update project. And now we can go to our base test and imports should work. Now we need to change this private method to protect it, so we can use it in the other methods. And when we go back to create booking, there is error here because it doesn't know where to get this create booking method. So all we have to do is public class create booking test extends base test class. Ctrl+Shift+O to fix all imports. So now when we run this test, we are creating our booking inside of this create booking method. So now we can use this create booking method not only in our create booking test, but in any other test that we want. And if this is confusing right now, we will use it in the future, so you will learn, you will know why I decided to move out this functionality into the separate methods. But for right now, let's leave it as is here, and then get back to it in one of the next lectures.